Hey guys, I wanted to talk real quick about a topic that's just constantly running through my brain as somebody who's in the fitness industry and has been for more than a decade now. Yeah, it's been a long time. I am constantly thinking about how the fitness industry has this tendency to encourage people to focus on the superficial, on their physique, on their appearance. And we are certainly making progress, and I'm not trying to take away from that by any means, but there is also still so much room for growth. And I talk about this with my friends and family all the time, but I guess I avoid talking about it on my blog or my mailing list or on social media because I'm afraid of coming across negative by talking about the things that I don't love about the industry that I'm a part of. But that's not my intention to be negative. My intention is just to communicate what my mission is. And sometimes it feels like all of the messages that are constantly being promoted from this industry tend to overshadow or drown out my message because it's less attention grabbing. Because it's so much, do this to lose the most fat, do this to have the roundest booty, do this to have washboard abs. And my mission is so, I feel like it can't compete in a way because my mission is to give people the tools to optimize their health, improve their quality of life, and ultimately live as fulfilling a life as possible. That's my mission. And I know that that just doesn't grab people's attention in the same way. And I hold on to a decent amount of bitterness and resentment for how distracting those other messages can be, because I've observed firsthand why those things, they are important, like feeling confident in your body and liking what you see in the mirror is important. But the messages of constantly trying to improve that, that kind of stuff ultimately doesn't hold weight in our life. It doesn't have the power that we give to it. And I've seen that because I've seen people that I love and how having less than optimal health or how living with pain has taken away from their life in a way that preventing wrinkles and having the perfect figure would never have saved them from that reality. So the three adults that I spent the most time with growing up were my mom, my dad, and my babysitter, who I called Ma. And I watched all three of them deal with various health conditions and chronic pain. Like my mom dealt with chronic migraines. And I remember going to the movies as a kid, and during the scenes with lots of flashing lights and where the camera moved a lot, she would have to close her eyes, otherwise she would end up with a migraine. And I just remember as a kid being like, but that was the best part of the movie, and feeling so bad that she had to miss out on that. And of course, it wasn't her choice. She didn't want to miss out on that. It's just that if she chose to fully participate, then she would have been sidelined by a migraine for the next week. And, having the perfect figure was never going to save her from the days and the weeks of horrible pain from migraines. And so if she had to choose between having the perfect figure or living migraine free, I know that she would choose to live migraine free. And luckily she has achieved that by overhauling her diet. And then my babysitter Ma had horrible arthritis in her knees, and over the years she slowed down, and then she moved less and less until she didn't really move at all. And witnessing that disconnect of what she had the will and the energy to do mentally, and how her body just didn't have the ability to keep up physically, that disconnect was heartbreaking to witness. And again, if Ma had prevented wrinkles from ending up on her face, that still wouldn't have saved her from being stuck in a chair all day because walking was too painful. And I'm quite sure that if we had to choose between having some wrinkles on our face in our 80s and being able to move versus the other way around, we would probably choose having our independence and our autonomy. And then in 2013, I graduated with my degree in public health sciences and kinesiology. And 4 months later, my dad was diagnosed with leukemia. And the thing about leukemia and going through treatments like chemotherapy is that it just destroys your immune system. So public outings that we would normally look forward to, like going to a concert or a fair or a Disney World or really any trip for that matter, because even if you're going to a secluded place, if it requires a plane ride to get there, the airport is an issue. All of that stuff you have to be super strategic about and very cautious, because it can quite literally be a threat to the safety and the health of a person who's immunocompromised. And so there have been plenty of times where my family intended to fly to California to visit me, but it couldn't happen because my dad's immune system wasn't strong enough. So, and again, like, even if my dad had washboard abs, that wouldn't guarantee that he would be able to go on trips or go to a concert. Having a strong immune system is what guarantees those experiences for him. So I get a little upset with the messaging that our appearance and our physique is what is most important in life, or we're made to believe that that's what is most important so that we spend our money on it. I get super irritated with that, because I have just it's become clearer and clearer to me over the years, both through my personal experience with my family and with the hundreds of clients that I have trained over the past decade. It has become more and more clear to me that our health and our ability is what is most important in life. And all of those other things that we are convinced are worth investing our time and our money into are distractions. And it's something that I don't want people to learn once it's too late. I really want people to understand that they have tools to possibly prevent those issues from ever happening at all, which would be best case scenario. But even if the worst case scenario did happen and you end up with that diagnosis, if you have been exercising and eating a nutritious diet through your life, your body is, one, more capable and up to the task of coping with this condition, and two, you're able to manage the symptoms and live a decent quality of life despite the diagnosis. And I think that that is an amazing and empowering thing. And I want to see more people giving their power to the things that are ultimately going to have the greatest effect on our life, and not giving their power to the rest of the noise, because it's all a bunch of bull. So I hope that resonated with you. I hope that lifted a weight off your shoulders, that you don't have to pursue perfect to be perfect, that you just have to be consistent, and you have to value your quality of life, and that's it. All the rest is just noise. Yeah. I talked a lot longer than I thought I was gonna, but I hope you liked it. Be strong, be well, be bold. Peace out.